a lot of my dearest friends are from the demonstration kitchen. But Sister Pollard called me and said, hey, you volunteered to teach jalapeno poppers. I'm like, no, I didn't. No, I did not volunteer.
Well, Jeannie must have put you down.
Jeannie, is it your fault?
It was probably my fault.
Jeannie. But Kevin's a dear friend, and then having been over the demonstration kitchen until October, I couldn't say no. So she's like, well, what do you want to teach with it? I'm like, nothing. And so we decided we would do Super Bowl foods. So with that being said, there are hundreds, thousands, whatever, lots of ideas out there to have for the Super Bowl. So I just picked some that we do sometimes, not all the time. And then on the very last page, I put some ideas down. Like my girls will do the pizza pockets every year, homemade ones, and I'm like, not doing those, ever. They can make them, and that's fine. And then I just want to bring to your attention, and I don't know why it did this. I played around, and every time I went to print, it did this. So the cheese ball, the rest of the recipes on the second page, and when I kid you not, I played around, and it looked fine on the computer, but every time I'd go to print it, it would print it with on the other page. So I apologize about that. So I'm just going to kind of go over a few things first, and then we will, I have two different kinds of the jalapeno poppers that I'm going to ask somebody to help with. So I need at least 2 people for that. And then the English muffin pizzas, I need probably 2 people for that. And then the cheese ball. So I need at least 5 people, there can be more, to kind of help us with some of that. So I'm gonna skip over to the dips first, because they're in crock pots waiting. Both of those recipes, the Super Bowl dip is actually my husband's recipe, and it has no name, it's just something he makes. So I made a name for it. It's Super Bowl dip now. But it and Never Make It to the Party dip are very, very similar in their recipe. And I went ahead and made both of them so that you could taste the difference and see if there was one that you liked better than the other one. But however, I want to say that on both of these recipes, you can add or take away. If you want more beans or more meat or more salsa or less salsa, they're very, very versatile, and it's your personal taste preference. I will say that on the Never Make It to the Party dip, I was going to make this exact recipe, and I had my mind on my new calling, and I was totally stressing out when I made this, and I accidentally put 2 pounds of Velveeta in instead. I just kept cutting and putting and cutting and putting, and once I got it in there, I went, oh boy. So the only thing that isn't doubled in that is the meat, because I'd already cooked it and didn't have any thought out. So keep in mind that that recipe has been doubled except for the meat. But you might like it like that. So both of those are super, super versatile. Skipping to the last page. Oh no, wait, sorry, where did it go? Oh, the little smokies on the other ideas. Those are just they're just little smokies in barbecue sauce. I know some people wrap them in bacon. I know some people add grape jelly. That's a versatile recipe too, but just so that you know, that literally is what that is. It's Kraft hickory smoked barbecue sauce and little smokies. So nothing extravagant, because it's Sunday and I am not going to spend all day cooking in the kitchen. My kids can, but I'm not. So on the English muffins, I'm just going to walk you through the process. It's so self-explanatory. Cut them open, be careful not to cut you, because they're kind of like bagels. You spread your sauce, put a little cheese. You're just making a pizza, but it's just a little tiny personal one. Kids love them because they can do their own. I brought stuff for Canadian bacon. I cut up the Canadian bacon so it was little, and then mini pepperoni slices. And then there's some pineapple and some olives if people want. So whoever volunteers to make those, you can do some of each. And then on the jalapeno poppers, no, I'm sorry, let's skip to the cheese ball really quick, because the jalapeno poppers take a little bit more time. So, I've had this recipe for years. I do not know where it came from. But it's a favorite in my family, and that Roca Blue is really, really hard to find.
You can only find it at Christmas.
And you can only find it at Christmas, so, and some stores don't carry it at all. So, did we get it?
Thank you.
So, when you find it, if you like this cheese ball, get it when you can find it. And of course, the recipe calls for the Old English, but you could replace that with like the pimento one or something like that.
Watch the dates on the expiration dates, because like Roca Blue is done in July. or
Yeah.
June.
Yeah, and they, you need to make sure that you have like equal, like you can't buy a bigger of some different, well, I guess you could, but anyway, my recipe calls for just one of each of those. So, okay, now for the jalapeno poppers, and I forgot a knife. So I'm gonna come over here and grab a knife really quick. So, yeah, oh, this is a really big knife. Hopefully, I'm used to using, is there a little paring knife here?
Right here. Ooh, that's
Oh,
not it.
that one right there would, yeah. Thanks, Susie. Okay.
They're sharp.
Oh, oops.
Cut yourself. Okay, I'm just gonna show you this because I wanted to demonstrate this particular point. This is my husband's recipe. We take these, we grow a lot of jalapenos. We grow a lot of hot peppers in general. And this recipe is freezable. So what we do is we make them and then we bake them and let them cool. And then that cookie sheet goes in my freezer to freeze them. And then I take them and put them in bags and vacuum seal them. And then when we want them throughout the year, I just pull it open and microwave just a little so I can get them separated. And then you could put them back in the oven. I'm too lazy. We just put ours in the microwave. Now, if you don't like hot peppers, I will tell you that when a hot pepper is heated up, it's hotter. So just be aware of that. So the recipe calls for your 2 cream cheeses and then a pound of ground beef or bacon. We're going to do both so that you can taste the difference. My sausage is hot sausage, but you can choose whatever kind of sausage you want. If you want maple or regular or hot. But I just could not bring myself to buy regular sausage. Because we're used to hot at our house. So I'm not going to scare you. It's wonderful. You'll love them. And then with the hint of garlic powder, so just pour it in your hand and then pick it up. And whatever's in your hand is what goes in the recipe. You put the rest back in the jar. Okay, so once you have your jalapenos cut, you're just going to fill them with a spoon is what I use, and you know, you can heat them if you want, you can make them even or whatever, it's just however you want. What was I going to say about that? Yeah, then I always put everything on parchment paper. I love parchment paper, and I'm gonna put an advertisement for Costco because their parchment paper is amazing. It's very, very thick and it is amazing. I've had greasy, I've had sweet, I've had saucy on this and it never soaks through. Compared to buying it at other grocery stores. It's just so much thicker. So I use a lot of parchment paper. If you are working with hot peppers, you have to wear gloves unless you want to pay the price later, and I don't recommend it. Jalapenos don't bother me, so I'm going to do it without them on because I'm only going to do 2. But whoever does the jalapenos, I did bring you gloves. Make sure that if you're a volunteer, you wash your hands before you start, and if you are doing the jalapeno poppers and you put the gloves on, wash in the water with the glove first, just to get the whatever might be in the box off of the glove. So I'm sure that people do it differently. This is how I do it, and if you do it different and it works really well for you, then you can speak up.
Hey,
But
Lisa,
yeah,
move that bag. Thank you. Thank you.
am I okay right here?
Yep.
Okay, so I just got to get the right side of the knife, cut it off like this. I'll do 2 so that you can see it twice. I cut it on the grooved side. I put it on it like that, only so that when we open it up, it'll lay flat on the cookie sheet with the filling in it without plopping over and spilling the filling out. So then we open it up, and what do we have? Seeds and a lot of membranes. That's where your heat is most of the time. So because we can't fill them because they're not hollow, we have to empty that out. I'll just put it onto here and then I'll clean it off. So I just start by, it takes practice and you'll get it. I'm gonna try to, can you see?
Yes.
And I just try to find the membrane and slide the knife around it. I start on one end and go down the other. There's not an exact science to this. And sometimes, see, I did it, but there's still a lot of seeds, which is normal. And it just takes patience. You just scrape your seeds out. And yes, they get all over. And when I do it in the fall, I do tons and tons of these. And I find seeds everywhere forever. And then I just went in and cut that membrane again. Yes?
A grapefruit spoon works marvelously.
Okay. See?
One swipe when you're done.
A grapefruit spoon, after you open it up, you just scrape it.
Serrated teeth on that very tip of the spoon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to demonstrate so you can kind of see it all at the same time. That one was a little bit better as far as getting the whole membrane out, but it also wasn't as deep. So then you just do that. You want me to do the other one?
Sure.
Okay, we'll do it again. Cut the top off. Lay it like this. And then cut it out. Now, I was on Amazon the other day, my favorite place to shop, which is probably much to my husband's demise. And they had a sweet pepper core and a jalapeno core. And you punch it in and then you twist it, and it's supposed to pull everything out. I thought about buying those, but I didn't buy them before this class. I don't know if I will. Anyway, so just find the membrane, cut it, and scrape out the seeds. You can leave the remaining seeds in if you want. I don't ever. But there is how I de-seed them. Okay, so with that being said, we got to get to